The lecture hall of the Galactic Institute of Xenobiology fell silent as Professor Zixter's crystalline form shimmered with curiosity. Around the circular chamber, students from 47 different species settled into their gravity-adjusted seats, their various appendages poised over data pads. Today, the professor announced, their voice translating through neural implants, we have two representatives from Earth. Please welcome Mia Chen and Kevin Morrison. Mia stepped forward confidently, her dark hair tied back in a practical ponytail, while Kevin followed, adjusting his glasses nervously. The alien students stared with a mixture of fascination and horror. Humans were rare in the galactic academic exchange. Most species considered Earth too dangerous to visit, let alone recruit from. A Vexillian student, resembling a floating mass of tentacles, raised one appendage. Is it true that your planet's atmosphere is corrosive? Kevin smiled. You mean oxygen? Yeah, it makes up about 21% of our air. A collective gasp rippled through the room. Oxygen, the element that caused cellular decay and combustion, was toxic to most species in concentrations above 3%. Mia noticed their shock. We evolved with it. Our cells actually need it to produce energy. Without oxygen, we die in minutes. Impossible, chittered an insectoid Kirch student. Oxygen is a poison. It degrades genetic material over time. Oh, it definitely does, Mia agreed cheerfully. That's partly why we age. But we've adapted antioxidant systems to manage the damage. The benefits outweigh the costs. Professor Zixter's form pulsed with interest. Fascinating. And what about your planet's wildlife? I've read the reports claim Earth harbors millions of species. Many of them ... Aggressive. Kevin laughed. Aggressive is putting it mildly. Should we start with the microscopic killers or the macro predators? A Gelsian student, a gelatinous being in a containment suit, spoke up. Microscopic? Bacteria, viruses, prions, parasites. Mia counted on her fingers. Earth is covered in microorganisms. They're on every surface, in the air, in the water, even inside our bodies. The classroom erupted in panicked noises. Several students activated their environmental shields. Wait. Kevin raised his hands. Most of them are harmless. Actually, we have trillions of bacteria living in our digestive systems right now. We need them to survive. They help us digest food. You have parasites ... willingly ... inside you. The Vexillian's tentacles recoiled in disgust. Symbiotic organisms, Mia corrected. But yes, we also deal with harmful ones. That's why we developed immune systems. Our bodies are constantly fighting off infections. Your bodies are battlegrounds. Professor Zixter seemed both horrified and amazed. 24/7. Kevin confirmed. White blood cells. Antibodies. Inflammatory responses. Our immune system is basically a military force operating inside us at all times. A small, furry Paxian student timidly raised a paw. What about the larger creatures? The reports mentioned something called a hippopotamus. Mia's eyes lit up. Oh, hippos. Yeah, they're responsible for more human deaths in Africa than any other large animal. They're extremely territorial and can run up to 30 kilometers per hour despite weighing up to 4,000 kilograms. And you coexist with these death beasts. Well, we try to avoid them, Kevin said. But Earth has lots of dangerous animals. Saltwater crocodiles that can bite with 3,000 pounds of force. Box jellyfish with venom that can kill you in minutes. Polar bears that hunt creatures our size for food. That's not even mentioning spiders, snakes, or mosquitoes. Mia added. Mosquitoes? The Kirch student asked. Tiny flying insects that drink blood and spread diseases that have killed millions of humans throughout history. Kevin explained. Malaria, dengue fever, yellow fever, Zika, all mosquito-borne. The classroom had gone deathly quiet. Professor Zixter floated closer to the humans. How do your species survive? Your planet sounds like a nightmare of evolutionary hostility. Mia and Kevin exchanged glances. I think, Mia began slowly, that's exactly why we survived. Earth didn't give us a choice. Adapt or die. Kevin nodded. Our planet has been through 5 major mass extinction events. Ice ages, asteroid impacts, volcanic eruptions that blocked out the sun for years. 99% of all species that ever lived on Earth are extinct, and yet you endure, the professor observed, because we learned to be stubborn. Mia said with a fierce grin. We learned to make tools, to use fire, which, by the way, is a runaway oxidation reaction that we somehow domesticated. We learned to communicate complex ideas, to plan, to cooperate. We're persistence hunters, Kevin added. Early humans didn't have claws or venom or armor. We had endurance. We could run prey to exhaustion. We could outlast them. And now you've outlasted your entire planet and come to the stars. Professor Zixter said quietly, Our planet taught us that the universe doesn't owe us survival. Mia said, Every single human alive is the descendant of survivors, people who endured predators, diseases, disasters, and the slow grinding pressure of evolution on a world that killed the weak without mercy. The Paxian student's voice trembled. Aren't you angry? At your planet for being so cruel? Kevin looked surprised. Angry. No. Earth made us what we are. Every challenge forced us to become smarter, stronger, more adaptable. Our death world didn't break us, it forged us. Nia stepped forward, her voice passionate. Every species here comes from a world that shaped them. But Earth didn't just shape us. It tested us every single day for millions of years. And we're still here. Still pushing forward. Still refusing to give up. We don't fear death, Kevin said softly. We've lived with it our entire evolutionary history. It's our oldest companion. The silence in the lecture hall was profound. The alien students looked at the two humans with new eyes, no longer seeing primitive creatures from a backward world, but survivors of a crucible that would have exterminated most species in the galaxy. Professor Zixter's form shimmered with what might have been respect. I believe, students, we have much to learn from Earth. Not about biology or chemistry, but about resilience, about the strength that comes from surviving the unsurvivable. Mia smiled. That's humanity in a nutshell, Professor. We're the species that looked at a death world and called it home. As the lecture continued, word spread through the Galactic Institute. The humans from the death world had arrived and they were far more formidable than anyone had imagined, and